Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me here today. Walter here at the workbench with the Woodriver 4.5. This is version 3. Now, before we go any further, I want you to go down in the comments section and type in "Thank you, Woodcraft," because they provided this plane to me for the shootout, and we need to thank them for that. That was extremely nice of them. So, here are the highlights. Long version after this. So, 6.1 pounds. So far, this is the heaviest plane, or 2767 grams. It measures 10 3/8, just like the Stanley from nose to tail. And the width is just a little wider, approaching 2 7/8 as opposed to 2 3/4. So a little bit wider. The flatness was plus or minus 1,000. Okay, I could not detect any gaps at all with the 1,000th of an inch paper test. The cheeks were both within 5 thousandths of each other at 0.17 and 0.165. The left one was square within 1.5 thousandths, and the right one was square in under 1,000th. You could see the light coming through, but you could not measure it. So the lever cap, perfectly functional. Once again, I believe it to be stainless steel, cast stainless steel, and brushed. We've got a brass screw for the lever cap to attach. And that takes us to, here we go again. I'm sorry, guys. I do these videos when I can. It takes us to the blade set. Now, the blade set is extremely heavy. We have over 1/8 of an inch for the cap iron and 1/8 inch for the cutting iron. And the cap iron screw is standard 5/8 inch, but it's not knurled. It's smooth. Wish they were knurled. They both measure very accurately to 2 3/8 inch wide, no taper, and square across the fronts. So in that regard, they're where they need to be. One caveat is that, and this has a lot to do with expectations. We as users sometimes have different expectations. I don't know what the expectations were back in 1890s and 1910 when Stanley was making the new iron planes for the woodworkers. I don't know how much expectation they had from the manufacturer and how much they realized they have to do to initialize it for their own use. For instance, the cutting iron and cap iron are very, very sharp at the edges. So I would probably take a small diamond file and just deburr that. Okay. Should we expect the manufacturer to do that? Not unless we want to pay them for that. With the cutting iron, it took me a little bit to initialize the cutting edge side of it, the flat side, because there was a little bit of a, I guess you would call it a wear corner, that when they were grinding it, it's just, it took a little longer. It's still not perfect, but it's close enough for what we're going to be doing. And the cap iron, they both have 25-degree primaries, but the cap iron has a little bit of a I don't even know what it is, if they set it up at 45 or what, but there's a little flat across the front of it. So all I did with that was take it to my strop so that there's no burrs. I didn't change any of the angles. I didn't change any of the settings. Um, After that, the lateral is a two-piece lateral. It has a brass thumb portion, okay, and that is screwed on. And the disc area that runs in the blade pivots completely. It rotates. I'm not sure if it is in fact a bearing. I think it may be just a disc, but it rotates freely. The tote and knob are Bubinga. The knob is almost where I would like it to be. The nut, the screw nut on top, I would like that to be just another 32nd of an inch taller so that there's not like a little rough spot there. The tote, it doesn't affect your hand or your performance, but the nut is buried in there an eighth of an inch, and the screw is buried in a 16th of an inch. So that's a little too far, and that's a little too far. As to the fit and finish, they're fine. I don't know what kind of finish is on these, but it is not glossy. And then that takes us to the yoke and the adjuster nut. So, and you may or may not know this, but I have followed Woodcraft and their Woodriver since the inception. They came up with an improved yoke for these thicker blades and chip breaker so that it makes the engagement when you're going forward and when you're going back very nicely made. And as for the adjusting knob, it's the standard 1¼ inch, and it only takes 1/4, 2/4, maybe 5/8 of a turn to go from advance to retract, and it spins freely. So, I mean, it's just a flick and you're there. So that's it. That's your Woodriver 4.5. Fit and finish is fine, as to be expected. The paint or Japanning is black and shiny. A little bit matte in some spots, but that's fine. So we'll see. We'll see how it does in the plane tests. And don't forget, go down in the comments section and type in "Thank you, Woodcraft," okay? Because it is extremely nice of them to send us a plane to test. Like, subscribe, and share. Head out to your workshop and go make some shavings. Walter out.